and welcome to the APLL Pulse podcast, where you can uncover new insights from the logistics and freight forwarding industry through the seasoned experts at APL Logistics, a global supply chain provider. We'll help you keep pace with the current topics impacting businesses and advance your logistics strategy. Well, welcome everyone. I'm April Chapman, your host, and today we will be talking about an internal hackathon event that we hosted this year. I'm happy to have two guests with me, Dr. Iwan Ahmad and Raghav Hegde. We have a lot to cover today, so let's just jump right on in. Thank you both for joining us. We look forward to hearing from you. So let's talk about this hackathon event. Before we do, can you tell us a little bit about yourselves? Maybe your role, how long you've been at APLL, maybe where you're based out of too.
My name is Dr. Iwan Ahmad. I'm the Senior Director of Corporate Technology Solutions and Services at APLL, where I lead multiple strategic portfolios. This includes corporate applications, IT PMO, IT procurement, process excellence and compliance, as well as IT administration. I've been with APLL for a little over 10 years now, and I'm based in Singapore. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Iwan, for joining us today. And Raghav, you're up.
Yeah, myself Raghav Hegde from the Technology Services team at APL Logistics based in Singapore. I have been with the company for almost 9 years now. I work closely with both business and IT teams to simplify processes, deliver scalable, value-driven solutions across key finance and operational domains such as order to cash, procure to pay, and record to report.
Well, thank you for joining us. Actually, all of us have been here around the same time frame because I just had a little message come across my thing that I've been here 9 years. You've been here 9 years. You've been here 10 years. Like we all came in right at the same time. Well, this just says longevity here. We like it here, right? And we stay.
We do, definitely.
All right, Iwan, I'm going to start with you. So, APL Logistics does have a history of participating in hackathons, including partnerships with universities, as you and I know, because I actually was very involved in the first hackathons that we did here and the one that I did with you out at the Singapore University, right? Or was it the University of Singapore?
National University of Singapore.
National University of Singapore was wonderful and fun. But this one is a little bit different. So, what made this particular hackathon different from the others that we've been involved in?
Right. So basically, unlike the previous hackathons, this hackathon is something probably special because it is for the first time where we gather the entire group IT from both KWE and APLL to participate in this particular hackathon. And some of the reasons behind it is really because number one, our CIO was promoted to become the group CIO, and he oversees both companies, and we wanted to have a closer working relationship with both entities, right? So I think the hackathon was a very good start where we can see people coming together and huddling and brainstorming and what have you. So that's probably how it differentiates between this one versus the previous hackathons.
Also, just for our listeners out there who may not know, APL Logistics, our parent company is KWE. And so when we say KWE, there's partnerships that we're doing now. And this is one of those that we kicked off one of the partnership things with them. So our IT department is now working together so closely. So, well, actually, before we move on to, what do you think was the main goal behind running this as like a fully internal global IT hackathon?
Right. So basically, I think the goal behind it is to make sure that both teams from KWE and APLL get to know each other. Because I think since we are going to probably be involved in different real world projects, right? It's best that we kind of like break the ice and allow them to get used to how each other work and put people at ease, right? And it kind of improved the communications between both sides, right? Previously, they were probably working in silos, like oh, I'll do my thing, they do their thing. But now, since there's a lot of synergy for us to come together, that was the driving factor behind this global IT hackathon that we carried out.
Wonderful. And I think we had close to 150 that participated. Is that right?
That's correct. I think, about 145.
That's awesome. That's a nice large group for the hackathon. I love that. Okay, Raghav, let's get you in and talk to you a little bit about some of the problem statements that we asked teams to solve. And for those of you out there who maybe have never been in a hackathon, what we do is we provide problem statements, and then people are broken up into teams and they have a certain amount of hours to work together to solve these problems, right? So we put together some problem statements. So why are the ones that we chose, why are those challenges relevant to not just internally, but to the logistics industry as a whole? Can you just kind of explain maybe some of the ones we used?
Yeah, basically, we reached out to all the business stakeholders and collected various challenges or problem statements. And then we had to shortlist five most business critical ones. And the participants had to choose one of them to brainstorm and design their solutions. So, some of these problem statements are really real world problems like AI freight cost estimator or a freight quote generator, which is like generating the dynamic pricing by customer. Another one is like analyzing data using natural languages, and also like cargo routing optimization so that we can reduce transit times and cost. So these were some of the problem statements that stakeholders prioritized.
Oh, that's nice. So then everyone could choose based on those problems which ones they wanted to work on solving, right? And AI was a big theme in this hackathon, I heard. So, how did AI factor into the problems teams were encouraged to tackle?
So basically, as you know, AI today is something that is very prevalent in our day-to-day lives, right? Companies that don't embrace AI may see themselves falling behind. So what happened is that in the real world, we have already started to use AI. We started off with generative AI, and from there we are moving slowly towards agentic AI. But these are really technical terms, right? Which basically what we are trying to do is to see whether how AI can be incorporated into our day-to-day operations to improve their productivity, to improve their efficiency, and to see how we can actually tackle some of the very complex problems which we couldn't do it manually, right? So what we wanted to do was to actually bring this to the hackathon and see how creative our team members can be by incorporating AI into solving the problems that we pose to them.
I love that. Raghav, let's go back to you. How did the company prepare participants to take on these challenges that you were mentioning? I mean, was there training or tools offered? What kind of support did they have?
Basically, we partnered with Microsoft to train all the participants on the latest platforms, including Microsoft Fabric and AI Foundry. While these tools were formed the foundation, the teams were also encouraged to go further, leveraging on any company approved tools or open source technology so that they can bring their solutions to life.
From your perspective, which team do you think delivered the strongest solution, and what impressed you most about their approach?
One of the teams from Americas went on to win the Best Technical Solution Award. They selected a use case around analyzing data through natural language queries and built an agent aptly named as Agent Jarvis.
Agent Jarvis, like from the Avengers, right? The Avengers?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It's really Iron Man to be exact.
Oh, Iron Man. Okay.
Some of the features that the team showcased were like automated document generation, carrier collaboration, exception management, self-service dashboards, customer notification, and multilingual support. On top of that, the team really had a roadmap to iteratively deliver features like a voice enablement, Microsoft Teams integration, multi-agent workflows, and Power BI integrations. This really wowed our judges as well as audience.
Speaking of wowing our judges, so Iwan, what about you? What wowed you the most, and what do you think wowed the judges?
Well, my pick is probably from Team Asia 5. They kind of like build this predictive analytics to optimize cargo routing and then reduce transit times and costs. And they call it simply Smart Path, right? Which is essentially a dynamic logistics optimization flow. So these guys, the wow factor really came from the fact that when they did their presentation, it was a complete solution, right? You had your user interface, you had all the workflows readily available, all the buttons that you click were working, it was functioning. And imagine this was just a hackathon. what more can they do if they were given time and money to do it better, right? So I'm just like, my mind was really blown.
So does that mean we're giving them time and money to finish that?
Absolutely. So one of the things that our leadership wanted to do was they were so impressed with their solution that they wanted to give them time and money. And the reason is simply because I think they see value that the customers can benefit from that particular solution. Just imagine if you are a customer, you want to send something from point A to B, right? So what you do is just use this system, enter your shipment details, and AI will start to calculate for you based on time, based on cost, based on risk, what is the optimal route, how you can reduce your transit time and freight costs. Perfect, right? Because as a customer, I can get faster and more reliable deliveries, and I can also have better operational planning and efficiency. And I think this all leads up to customer satisfaction, April.
Yes, absolutely. Well, what a successful event that was. Putting together teams and having all of them just work together for amount of hours, and now boom, now we have a solution that we can deploy. I love that. So what was kind of the feedback that you guys may have heard, either one of you? So what kind of feedback did you hear from participants or those people that were involved after the hackathon? What do you think their experience was?
After so-called discussions with the participants, right, they were generally very surprised that such an event could bring together so many people. That's number one. And at the same time, there was a lot of new ideas being generated. And the participants were so eager to showcase this and they wanted more from us, right? So they were asking, like, when is the next hackathon, right? And from the judges' perspective, one particular point that stood out, right, was really, hey, we didn't know that we had so many talents within APL Logistics and KWE.
Right.
Right. So why do we need to even outsource? We have all the pool of people here that can deliver all these great solutions. So those were really the wonderful feedback that came back after the hackathon event.
Right. We've always known we have good people, but it's always good to highlight that and to see when we let them to be fully creative, what can happen from that, right? So that's exciting. Well, that just answers my next question, which I was kind of thinking about. Would you think we'd host future hackathons? I bet we will, right? I mean, sounds like the people want it.
The people want it, and I think what we will do is we will try to up a notch and probably make it a little bit bigger by now extending it to the business, because this is a group IT hackathon, right? And what more with business participation, you can get the whole company to be involved. Wouldn't that be generating even more ideas, right? And it's only going to make our company much better moving forward.
Yes. Sign me up. I'm ready. All right. Well, thank you both so much for joining us. We really appreciate you guys sharing this event with us and the learnings that happened based off of it. So, and thanks everyone else for listening. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss future episodes.
Thanks for joining us today. If you like what you heard, or if you have any questions about today's episode, reach out to us at global_marketing@apllogistics.com. Make sure to subscribe to us on your favorite podcast apps. You will also find us on LinkedIn or visit us at apllogistics.com. We'll see you next time on the APLL Pulse podcast.